Can they get him away? It's a promising position. Botafogo still have the cards to affect this game. Mbappe. Spread out to the left. Roberto Carlos gets into some space. And the header is disappointing in the end.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence.
It's their second corner of the game. Bullish header! Really well taken goal. And late in the day, a telling moment.
What a time to take the lead. But now comes the dilemma of whether you want to hold on or go for it again and try and extend your advantage. That's always been the harder option, in my experience.
He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Substituição no time do Botafogo.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact. So the first goal of the game.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Bullet. Great vision.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Bergomi proves too strong, too smart. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, good spread. That's been cut out, well played. Plays it through. Oh, he's found support out wide, and he's picked it up out wide. Looks across. Terrific header! So close to drawing level.
Suarez really wanted that, didn't he? Probably a little too much, to be honest.
Thuram spots it and intercepts. Vieira. And it's Rice.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Rijkaard. We are into overtime. Šeško. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Taken back almost at once. Mbappe. Looking for options for movement. Now that's well seen too. Played into space. And there goes the final whistle. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals, unbearable, sometimes unwatchable for those with a vested interest. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Botafogo simply forgot to turn up with an attack, Peter, and that lack of cutting edge could
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Philip Lahm, Jim Beglin, one of the greatest fullbacks ever, perhaps.
Oh, without doubt, Peter. He's definitely in that category when it comes to legendary players. I don't think I've seen someone as adaptable, as dependable, both going forward and having to get back too. Plus, he's got that excellent leadership he's always displayed, and he's won everybody's respect.
Yeah, and once described by one of the world's greatest managers as the most intelligent player I ever coached. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Thuram does really well to win the ball there. Thuram, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Well-timed, excellent interception. Chance for a shot! What a wonderful goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Good ball, good take. Can he finish? Now, who's going to be first to this? So just the one early goal to report so far, and the score is 1-0. Vieira. And it's Lahm. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Hernes. And that is as far as they're going to go. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, super find. Ibrahimovic. And the shot! Pirlo. That's a cute ball. That's beautifully weighted. Lahm is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Plays a sharp little ball here. Played in deep.
When it's delivered early like that, defenders just can't get themselves set.
Hernes. Driving on and making good progress. And that's put paid to a promising move. Well, that pass isn't the best. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Cruyff, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. And here's Eto'o. Lahm couldn't squeeze it through. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Pirlo. Well, played right into his path. Lahm is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. Hernes going face-to-face with his great rival. Lahm. And here's Cruyff. Cruyff. Now there's a fine ball. And a cross. Oh, good read. Shoots! Oh, taken with style. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
And that was as close to certain as can be.
Well, my sympathies go to the keeper, who was left horribly exposed. You don't expect players to switch off in front of goal like that.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Now it's Pelé, and this is Cruyff. Roberto Carlos is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Can he get it through? And this is Pelé! It's Pelé! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Beautifully worked to take the defence out of the picture, but there'll be no rush to see the replay on this.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Yeah, looking for a runner. Floated through. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. And we're not going to make any further progress now. Bergomi promptly onto that, and that is that. And he thumps it clear. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. That's been a decent 45 minutes. Competitive, certainly, and a goal each.
Substituição.
And so we're off again. Lam.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Schmeichel breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Neatly clipped into space. He's shifting through the gears. He's having a shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Cruyff. He won't be happy with that one. Oh, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Seedorf. Seedorf can see things others simply cannot. And here's Ibrahimovic. Cruyff. Ambitious ball here. And he's there to retrieve it. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, that's fabulous. And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
That has been knocked clear. Botafogo have the chance to go the other way. And this is Bale. Here's Bale. Gets through on his own. He's had a shot! Goal! Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, I'm giving him full marks for the way he exploited the space, Peter, but you really shouldn't be left unmarked in the middle like that. I don't think he could believe his luck.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
I think the manager's claiming an assist.
And pull it! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Vieira.
Well, they've stamped some authority on things, but how much more authority can be generated?
Ferdinand. Botafogo perhaps contemplating their next change here. Here's Vieira. It's a really well-measured ball.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
And it's Gullit. Azar. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Lahm. Ferdinand demonstrating his defensive quality there. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Gabriel. Passing is crisp and sharp. Nicely shaped ball. No luck with that dink over the top.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Pirlo. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Pirlo is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. And this is Gullit. Lahm could try cutting inside here.
Substituição no time do Botafogo.
It's their second corner of the game.
Camisa 23. Vai ser substituído pelo jogador camisa 2. Teremos uma substituição.
Araujo tries to clear.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
And it's Lahm, fired deep towards the back post. Bale. Lahm. That's tidy. This looks promising. Beckham. Ball driven towards the far post. Referee's had a good look and given a corner.
Substituição.
Beckham, the regular corner taker. Nice interception. Shot, surely! It's in! Again, we are level! What a contest!
Oh, what a fabulous game this is. It just keeps getting better and better.
That is so good, such sharp skills. And such a delicious finish.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
This is quite a battle.
Well, at this stage, Peter, it's going to come down to how badly they want to win this.
Araujo is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
It's run loose, who's going to get there? It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Now it's Beckham. Lahm. Beckham. Beckham with the cross. And that has earned Mbappe! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it. Now it's Hullet. Vieira. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. Nice physical challenge. That has ended up in no man's land.
This is the time you need that pace.
Roberto Carlos.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Now it's Hullet. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And that's it. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Botafogo certainly had some good moments, Peter. There were plenty of encouraging spells that more should have been made of.
And all that remains... Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Hi, Peter. It's great to be here.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. And already we're underway here. And a scored!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So, a breakthrough already. Aimed beyond the defence. Bergomi kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Lahm. And here's Eto'o. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Hernes. And it's Lahm. And here's Ibrahimovic. Lahm bops him off it and wins back the ball. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now it's Eto'o. Tries to pass it through. Oh, he's been caught napping. Roberto Carlos. That's Vieira. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. And here's Ibrahimovic. Lovely, now then. Oh, right place, right time. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. And he welcomes it in. Pirlo plays the game a step ahead of almost. Takes a shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Hernes goes short. Oh, and the shot! And that's caused a worry or two.
Lahm is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity. Botafogo really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Vieira. Irrepressible! A finish of true class! Botafogo back on level terms!
Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
Botafogo grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
This is exactly the kind of contest.
Ibrahimovic gets through on his own. Can he finish? Goal! Botafogo! And the comeback is complete. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Botafogo go into the lead.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Hernes is someone with real dynamite in his boots. Ferdinand getting this one clear. He's tried one! It's loose now and they want to get it back. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Botafogo have scored 2 quick goals here and are 2-1 up. What a comeback. And it's Eto'o. Lahm. Passing is crisp and sharp. Roberto Carlos. Spread neatly. Bergomi.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Nicely intercepted. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Floated through. That is good strength. He's picked his way through. Shot a goal! And it's in! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
Botafogo take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
They've seen the light and the opposition have been left in the dark.
Looking for a runner. That is good alertness. Pirlo is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Can he get it through?
Foram indicados
Yeah.
2 minutos de acréscimo.
Here's Roberto Carlos. Vieira shows great strength. And they've got rid. Well, they've got it again. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Tries to cross. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. And that'll be the final action of the first half.
Well, Peter, I think the score is a fair reflection of what we've witnessed so far, and that being good movement in both midfield and indeed up front. If those players, I think, can carry on where they left off after the break, they should impose themselves even more, and probably only one result coming here.
Botafogo are broadly in charge, but the contest is still alive at 3-1.
Substituição.
And the action is back on the way. Messi. Oh, that's delightful. Beckham with the cross. Ferdinand is there and he can get that clear. That has not gone well. Now it's Bale. Oh, that's fabulous. Crosses it in. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Big chance! Now, who's going to be first to this? Messi. Botafogo do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel. We'll see if the system changes with it.
Beckham receives it in a wide position. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And there's no surprise who's taking this corner. Up he goes! Really well taken goal. Just one in it now. The game takes on a whole new complexion. He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Substituição no time do Botafogo. Camisa 4.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Camisa 22.
We have got ourselves a game here.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play, because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
Substituição em
No joy
andamento.
this time. Vieira. Probing pass. Nicely worked. He's having a shot! Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, this is nothing less than they deserve, Peter. They're in the driving seat now.
Botafogo perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Knocks it into space. That looks a cracking ball. And he's there to belt it away. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Lahm, well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it. Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Real chance! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting! And they are pulling clear here. A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
Botafogo grab a 3-goal lead. It's just too easy.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out.
It's Bale! Pirlo. That's a cute ball. Neatly clipped into space. Mbappe. That's good play. Beckham. Ferdinand. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Hazard. Hazard! Outstanding save to keep that out. Corner number 2 then. And it's been taken short. And here's Hazard. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Rice. Roberto Carlos is looking to influence the game from out wide. Nice interception, well timed. They're back in possession and ready to go again.
That was lovely, that.
He has found the way through. Crosses it in here. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Floated through. Now it's Mbappe. Can he finish? Oh, taken with style. His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Well, I'm giving him full marks for the way he exploited the space, Peter, but you really shouldn't be left unmarked in the middle like that. I don't think he could believe his luck.
So is this the start of a comeback? And he was quick to react. Now it's Bale. He's got away. Nicely weighted ball. Rice. Yeah,
Foram indicados
it's a good
4
ball out wide.
minutos de acréscimo.
Lovely bit of skill. Collar. There will be 4 extra minutes.
Rice,
He's a sharp little ball here.
they want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Well read, nice interception. So that's it, it is all over. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good.
Senhoras e senhores,
Terrific
jovens,
recovery, a
somente
really
as
fine
trincheiras.
win that, Jim Beglin.
Agradecemos a
This has been a
colaboração.
very composed response when trailing. There was no sense of anxiety, just a belief to stick to the game plan and stick together. And it's been a very impressive turnaround.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Now it's Eto'o. Eto'o unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Oh, nicely intercepted. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Yeah, Raphael Varane. He's solid in the air, Peter. He's tough in the tackle and a very good reader of the game. Most of all, though, if something goes wrong when the opposition break through, he's got the pace to get back and make a vital intervention.
Ibrahimovic! And that is certainly not what he had in mind. Vieira wins the duel this time. Pirlo. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Knocks it out wide. Plays a sharp little ball here.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Cruyff. And here's Hullet. Hullet takes a shot! It's bounced back off the post. Ferdinand gets it clear. Oh, that's sweet, almost telepathic. Lahm hurtling down that right flank. Roberto Carlos is always looking to play quality balls. Ferdinand spots it and intercepts.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper.
They want to be quick here, it's breakaway time.
Distributed tidily. It's a pretty loose pass. And it's Lahm. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Neither side yet able to find the net. That's good vision. And he's intervened well there. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Now it's Hullet. Passing is crisp and sharp. Pirlo cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Lahm. Lahm cuts out the pass. Lahm puts his foot on the gas. Gabriel makes the interception.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Ferdinand. It's a searching pass. Well-timed, excellent interception. And reclaimed it in a trice.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
And he was quick to react. Ferdinand. And it's Lahm. Lahm carries the ball down the right. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. Rafael Varane. Now it's Eto'o.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Cruyff. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. That is a brilliant interception. Ibrahimovic. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Mbappe is onto this, and he's got the beating of his man. So much. There's the shot! Crossbar comes to the rescue. Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
Mbappe just backs himself every time. Give him a challenge, and he'll rise to it.
No question, this is the man you want to get onto the end of things. Pirlo. And it's Pirlo. Neatly clipped into space. Oh, good read. And the whistle goes for half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0.
Dirijam-se à sala de controle imediatamente. Substituição em andamento.
And the action is back on the way.
Botafogo have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Eto'o does really well to win the ball there. Rafael Varane. And it's Lam. It's Hullet. Vieira.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Looking to play him in. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Big chance! It's there!
Dependability is one thing, and he brings that to his game, but that sort of dynamism is another attribute he's blessed with, and it's revealed on a regular basis too. Superb.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Substituição no time do Botafogo.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. So we have the first goal.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Camisa 3, camisa 10, camisa 18, camisa 41, camisa 13. Teremos uma substituição.
Thuram.
Botafogo are clearly enjoying a very good spell. The flow of momentum is bang in their favour.
Bale under intense pressure.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter.
Vieira is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
That's a good ball out wide. Hazard. Shot could be on. Shot at goal! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Tries to pass it through. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. It's a really well-measured ball. Rice conjures time and space where few can. Chance! Goal! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
That's just as the manager would have seen it. An impact sub.
Substituição.
So there's going to be another change here. Botafogo are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Hullet gets flagged offside. Mbappe. Mbappe! Defending was strong and firm. Well, He's going to be disappointed with that. Oh, good spread. Beckham with the cross. Nicked it back promptly. He's played it back.
Yeah, probably the best option. It had to go back.
Now that looks a decent ball. Botafogo are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Back into the middle. Oh, really cute. What a lovely series of passes. Schmeichel getting this one clear. Hazard gets across and deals with it. And it's Beckham. Oh, it's played into the area. Oh, shooting chance!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Rice did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Ferdinand clears. Strokes it back.
Just too much pressure. Had to go that way.
Mbappe. What a throw in. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Rice. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Bullet. Lahm. Not the most accurate pass. Gabriel kept his eye on it, and he's there. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough.
Teremos
And he
3
knows it.
minutos de acréscimo.
Little doubt, that is a foul.
Well, Peter, when you're up against a speedster, you've got to get to him early and not let him get into his stride, and they're just not doing that.
Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes.
Botafogo have really been terrific.
And time is up. Botafogo can take all the spoils, and it is nothing less than what they are perfectly entitled to, following this splendid display of poise, potency and proficiency.
O telão está exibindo boletim